About the bonus. So first up, how much bonus do we get? Well, it depends sportsbook to sportsbook. It varies. But pretty much all of them, it's going to be dependent on your initial deposit, how much you deposit, but up to a certain maximum. So for example, they might say that they'll give you 50% of your initial deposit as a bonus, but only up to a maximum of $50. So if you deposit $100, they'll give you a $50 bonus, but if you deposit $200, you'll still only get a $50 bonus. Okay, so what's the catch? The catch is basically rollover, or otherwise known as wagering requirement. So basically, up until now, you might have been wondering why we don't just fund it, get our bonus and pull the bonus out, and then there's our free cash. Well, basically, the sportsbooks are desperate for your business, but they're not stupid. So they don't actually allow you to do this. So what they do, they require you to roll over a certain number of times, or bet a certain number of times before you can claim your bonus. The rollover amount can be anywhere from 2 times to 10 times your initial deposit. To minimise the effect of rollover, what we want to do is make sure we lose on the bookmaker side of things and win on the betting exchange side of things. But more about that later on. The other thing I wanted to cover in this video was about the bonus types. There's 2 types of bonuses, stake returned and stake not returned. So a stake return bonus, commonly referred to as a free bet, basically means that you're given some money in which to make a bet. If your bet wins, you get to keep the money from the winnings, but not the money that you were given in the first place. If the bet loses, it doesn't really matter. It wasn't your bet, your money that you lost anyway. The other type of bonus is a stake return bonus, which is commonly referred to as a cash bonus. Now this basically means that you get to keep the winnings as well as the initial money that you were given. Now, of course, there are rollover requirements, as we discussed at the start of this video, but obviously the best type of bonus is the stake return bonus. I also just want to mention that it's pretty common that you need to open the account, fund it, place your bet before you're actually given your bonus. So this is called a qualifying bet. We can still make some good money like this. It's pretty much more or less the same principle. It's important to note that not all the bookmakers are going to use the same language when describing their bonus. Some might call it a free bet, some might call it something else. Now it is pretty important, just read the terms and conditions each time before you open up and fund the account, because there might be some hidden little traps in there, so definitely worth a look. They're all plain English, it's easy to follow. I've made a list of the terms and conditions of the different bonuses for the different bookmakers, so that's a great starting point, but I would definitely double check the terms and conditions anyway.